All right, we're with James Hambelton again, and we're going to do kind of a part two on the gold mining days. And here's the box that he has on his wall showing all kinds of the gold mining tools, gold mining pan, and a blowtorch that actually his dad uh, used, and little box of gold stuff, and gold and silver there in these little bottles. And this is thing called a retort, and the family picture here, and in Alma. And this is a picture of Jim where his dad used to do gold mining. All right, Jim.
Okay, I wanted to talk about the Bank of Alma and the gold, because to get the gold and take it to the bank, you have to have like a sluice box or something to run the dirt over when you're doing the dirt and getting the gold out of it. So in this sluice box is on a little elevation, and it's got water running over it, and then you pour the dirt in and it comes down over these riffles in the sluice box, and the dirt washes on off and out into the tailings. So once they have a lot of dirt and stuff run, then they want to take and get the gold out of it. So the way they get the gold out is they take the riffles out, and it's got a little pad in the bottom of it, like a little carpet thing. And so you take that carpet out and you wash it out and wash the riffles off, and then you put all that into a bucket, and then you take the bucket and you put a little bit of that dirt and stuff into the gold pan. And so that, like that gold pan up there, and you start putting water in it, and you slush it around, and then the gold and the black sand will settle to the bottom, and then the dirt will just kind of wash over the top of the edge of the gold pan and get rid of the dirt. So after you've got clear down to the black sand and the gold, so much of the gold is real fine and you can't pick it up. So he takes mercury and he puts in the gold pan and runs it around there, and the mercury picks up the gold and carries it with it, and then it flows around like the mercury does. And he pours the mercury off into this little ladle thing that he's got here. And he takes the ladle and he pours that gold and mercury into the retort. And so the retort, then he puts the lid on it, and he puts the tube over in a pan of water. He used his gold pan to fill it with water and put that tube in there. And so when you heat the retort up real hot, the mercury evaporates and it comes out that tube. And when it comes out that tube and hits that water, it turns back into mercury again and condenses. So after you've got everything quits coming out of it, why, you open up the retort and everything's gone except the gold. You don't put the black sand in there with it either. You separate that out. So then you take the gold, and when you go you trade your gold in at the bank, they won't take it unless it's just gold. They don't want any mercury or anything with it, so you have to get all the mercury off of it, black sand out. Then you take just the gold into the bank. So I can remember the Bank of Alma up here used to be working, and my dad would take that gold that he had made, got out of the sluice box, and he'd take that up there and they'd weigh it, then give him money according to how much it weighed. At that time, gold was $32 an ounce, which was not very much, but at that time it was pretty good money, $32 an ounce. And so I can remember him taking me with him when he'd go into the Bank of Alma and trade his gold in for cash. So the neat thing about it now is they have made this kind of museum down in Fairplay, and they've moved a lot of old buildings from the towns around there into there, setting up this little place that it's kind of like a museum, and they have all these things available for you to look at. So they moved the Bank of Alma down there too. So the Bank of Alma, just like it was back in Alma, it's now in Fairplay. And so when you go into the Bank of Alma, you can see the scales where they weighed the gold and all of that, just like it was in the days when my dad would take me in there and trade his gold in for cash.
Anything else you can think of to tell us about the gold mining days?
Well, I've just thought a lot of times about taking this little thing that I've made, this little thing where I put all the different things in it, the retort and the gold pan and all the little labels and stuff. And I was thinking about giving that to my friend in Fairplay that has an antique store. 'Cause I bought that retort from him because I don't know whatever happened to my dad's retort, but anyway, it got lost somewhere in the shuffles, and so I asked him if he had a retort, and he did, so I bought it from him, and I paid $200 for it. And so I was thinking about, well, maybe I can't keep this. When I die, why, nobody's gonna know what to do with it, or it'll just get thrown out. So I was gonna give it to my friend there in Fairplay. Then I got to thinking, why not go by and check with the Antique Society there at Fairplay and see if they would put this in the Bank of Alma, because there's so much history about the Bank of Alma here. And I used to go in there, like I said, with my dad, and he'd trade his gold in for money. So I just wanted to see if the Antique Society would take this thing, put it in the Bank of Alma for history.
Well, that sounds good. We'll probably be doing that in about a month here, and then we'll do a little video of maybe doing that. All right. Thank you, Jim, for sharing with us. Say goodbye.
Okay, goodbye.